CSS. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. What is CSS? What do you think CSS means? CSS is used to control the layout of multiple web pages. You can use to control the fonts, text size, color, background colors, images. How do you use CSS? So, how to use inline, how to use CSS? We have inline CSS and we have internal CSS and we have external CSS. So how do you use CSS in HTML? Let's start. First of all, I'm going to start with teaching of inline CSS. Inline CSS. Let me start from here. Inline CSS. So if you want to use inline CSS, it helps to apply a unique style to an HTML element. So how do you apply styles to HTML elements? You can just do like this style. Then you can say color. You want the color to be let's say red. So this is how to style. If you're doing it like this, let's save it. Let's go like so we can see how inline CSS works. So can we see? It is now red because we gave it inline CSS. This is inline. It is done inside the element itself. Inside the element. Can you see inside the element? Okay, if you want to put font size now, you want to add font size to it, just put font size. You can say you want it to be 50 pixel. Okay, let's save it. Let's now go back to see, that's increased. That's how it works. So let's continue. I'm going to be teaching internal CSS now. Internal CSS. The internal CSS can be found inside the head. Inside the head. That is where your inline internal CSS can be found. Internal CSS is different from inline CSS. Let's know this. So now internal CSS is done like this. Internal CSS. So okay, it's always inside the head. So now this, we want to style the H1 now. Then we just put H1. H1 like this. This is how it's going to look like inside the head. Oh sorry, before then I meant to put style. So you put style inside here, then you now call H1. So this is how to style. Let me remove this. So that's all about inline CSS. But now I know we are doing in internal CSS. So here we have H1. We've had H1 already. So then we have color. I want the color to be red. Let me change it to royal blue. Let's save it. Let's now go back. Can you see it has changed? This is how to use internal CSS. It's going to be within the head tag. Inside it, that's where your internal CSS will be inside. Hope we are getting it. Now we will now try external CSS. How do we use external CSS? Let's remove this. So let's now try external CSS. For us to have external CSS, you have to create a file for it. You name it style. You can name it whatever you like, but I'll name my style.css. Save. Then to be able to use this external CSS file that you have created, you come to your index.html. Can you see what I'm doing? Then inside the head, you will now do link CSS. So the href, that means where is the file link, the name of the file we are using for our CSS. You would put it here. And remember, our style, what we want to use for our external CSS must have the name, then dot CSS. So just like this href now, this is the link. This is linking us to the file where our external CSS will be occurring. So now this h1 now, I want to, let's save it so you see something. Can you see that this thing is back to black like normal default color for any text? So now we want to style it in our internal CSS. You just come here, put h1, then just say color, let's say red, let's save it, let's come here, let's save it also, let's go back. Can you see? It's good. But let's say in a situation whereby we did not put this, we did not link this external file to our HTML. Let me show you what will happen. Let's go back. Can you see now? The style that we have put in our external file is not showing anything. Why? Because of there is nothing linking this file to our HTML file. It is very compulsory for you to link it, and it is done in the head. Don't forget, it is done in the head. So now we have style.css, name of our style here, style.css. If I want to rename this thing, okay, if I want to rename it to let's say I want to rename it to external. Okay, saved. Then if I now come here, I'll change this to external. If I save it, if I come here, if I save it, if I go to our Chrome, it's back to our normal. Whatever makes you to remove this thing, not to put the link for your external CSS file in it, there is a problem already. Hope you understand. So now we are going to move to how you can use CSS in your HTML. What can you do with it? First, let me teach you. Let's start design. Let's play around with it. Let's come to this place. Let's put body. So this body is taking control of this body from here to here. What we want, okay, let's give our body a background color of, let's say let's leave it this color. So let's save it. So if you come here, can you see it changed? This has given the body a color. So now that's about body, that's about styles. There are different ways you can style. There are different ways. Let me see. We can actually have, okay, I would be dropping some tricks and some code tips concerning CSS in my subsequent classes, so that you can know how to work and code faster and neat codes with concerning your HTML and CSS. So let's create the p tag, the p element. Let's name it learn how to code. Okay, so this learn how to code now. Want to style it? Want to style this p tag? Want to style it? How do we style it? What do we do? How do we go about it? So now this p tag, let's come to our HTML CSS. Let's put p, the name of the elements that we want to style. That we put. Are we getting it? The name of the element that we want to style. That's what we are going to put. Now I want to style the p element, so I'm using the p. So let's give it a border. We have something called border in CSS. You would know the usefulness very soon. So let's give it red. So let's save it. Let's come in. Can you see? This is the border. This is the border. So now, if this border, I want it to be thicker, then I will let me just use it so you can see the usefulness of it. Can you see it's now thicker? That's the work of the border. So now, the different kind of if it's dotted one that you want, if it's the different types, there's solid, there's dotted, the other types too. You can make more research concerning it. Let's continue. So let's say I want to add padding. I want to put space between the border and the text inside the border, like this. Now this, there's no space within it. I want to put space there. How do I go about this? Let's put padding of, let's say, 40 pixel. Let's save it. Let's come here. Can you see? That's the work of padding. Now the different type of padding, there's padding left, there's padding right, there's padding top, there's padding bottom. But if you don't want to specify, you just want all the padding to have spaces between them, you can just use padding. But if there is a particular padding that you want to use, then all well and good. And if it's margin, if you want space outside the border, you want margin, you want space outside the border, you can use margin too. Can you see the space between these codes? Top, left, right, bottom. I hope we are getting it. Please, if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section for me. I would definitely reply to it, and I'll gladly explain well and do my best to make you understand better. Thank you, and please click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. So now, what again can we do with CSS and all? You can get to know better in my subsequent videos. Thank you for watching today's video.